Buenas noches, folks. How are we doing? What's going on? What is this? What's that? A mirror, isn't it? I bet you're thinking, God, he's clever, aren't you? Oh, light. Right now, is there anything between us here and that mirror? Is there anything in between us and that mirror? The reflection that I'm looking at is absolute instant, boom, 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 boom. It's a mirror image, isn't it? It's a mirror image. Now, what's that? Photons? There's no photons. That is just a mirror image. I've been thinking about this. Photons are non-existent. A light source, right, will radiate its light at absolute speed to as far as that light is going to reach. If somebody's looking at it, it will be seen, obviously, from a lot further away than you get a shadow off of it. So if I go like that, you can see a shadow. If I take this flashlight 5 k's away and point it towards my hand, it's obviously not going to cast a shadow. Unless it was pitch black maybe. But if I turn and look at it, you're going to see it a lot further away. Now, what I'm saying is there is no such thing as a Mickey Mouse photon. What light is, it's a reflection. Just like what we're seeing now in that mirror, right? You can see me, I can see, no, I can't see you. It's a mirror image, right? It's live. There is no photon or any other mystery in between that mirror and me. I can see me in the mirror. Something comes in between it. What does it do? It blocks the image. But there is no like a photon type effect going on in between me and that mirror. It's a reflection. Light. There is no such thing as a photon. A light source will radiate its light to as far as it's going to go at absolute speed. If nothing comes in between that light source and where it finally lands, I say finally, it will be at absolute speed. If nothing comes in between it and wherever it goes, you would not even know it was there. You will see the light source if it's a star, for example. But if it wasn't a star, you would not even know that it was there if it didn't have anything to shine on. It's not about photons going anywhere. There is no such thing as a photon. What it is about is a light source that is being blocked. Now, you didn't know that that flashlight was on and shining onto that there. How would you know? You couldn't have known because there was nothing to disrupt the light. There was nothing for that light to shine on, was there? If I do this, We're looking now. Mirror. Photons involved. It's a reflection. We're seeing a reflection of the light. It's not a case of photons that bounce to there, bounce to... Rubbish. Light is a reflection. If that flashlight, you can now see leftover deodorant, that's not photons. That is the absolute light radiating from that light source, just being slightly blocked. It ends up over there. There is as much in between that and that as there is between that mirror and us here. Say it isn't so. There is no such thing as a photon. If I get this one, now you can see the green because it is a very, very intense light and it's picking up all of the dust. But this is not about photons. It's a reflection. It is a reflection and it's happening in real time. There's no photons flying everywhere. The only reason you're seeing this bouncing off of that mirror is because of the dust in the air. If there wasn't any dust in the air and this was like in a vacuum, you wouldn't even see the beam. You would only see the tip where the green is coming out. But because of the dust, we can see the green light. There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. One thing is for sure, there are no photons. There can be no photons. We know that during a solar eclipse there is no light delay because a solar eclipse cannot play out the way it does with a light delay. You've got the sun slightly moving, turning anti-clockwise. We have the moon tidally locked to us and spinning and orbiting us in the same direction as we are spinning. That's if everything is round. I do not know how to do this with a flat earth. I am not saying it's flat, I just have to explain it the way I do. And then we have us spinning on our axis, if that is true. How is it possible all of those things are happening and the sun is directly behind the moon and the moon is casting its shadow with that sunlight onto the sweet spot in planet Earth? Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4 things lined up. How can that happen with a delayed light source? It's ridiculous. There are no photons. Light is a reflection. All of the stars in the night sky, you hear people say it. How come how come space is not lit up? All the stars, why is it not light, bright? Because they have nothing to shine on. All you see is that. If there's nothing for them to shine on, they're not going to shine. Well, they will, you'll see the star, but unless there's something close to them, like planets, they will not have anything to light up. So all they are is a speck in the night sky. When you have a planet, everything that we see during the day when the sun is out, smashing down its absolute light, there's no photons involved. The light, it's the absolute light from the sun that is pounding down on us and it lights the planet up. Look. There's no photons coming out of it. This is going to go as far as it's going to go, like a reflection. Bang. There's no photons involved. How can there be photons involved? Look, we can see the reflection. Now we see, bang, the light. It's not photons, it's a reflection. Depending on the light, depending on the colour of the light, depending on the power of the light, depending what kind of surface the light hits, will determine if it's a bright, like a mirror kind of a shine, or a dull, matte shine. But there is no photon, and we know this because of the solar eclipse. It's absolute light. There you go. So how does light get from there to there then? I don't know. How does my reflection get from there to there? It's another stupid question. It just does. There is no such thing as a photon. It's ridiculous. The only way, the only reason you'd even know a light source was lit up, you either see the light source itself or you have to see something that comes between it and its destination. That is a little bit better. I like it. I like it a lot. Light is but a reflection. The power, the size, the colour, and what it lands on determines how bright it is, how much it lights up. Photons, Mickey Mouse, and the way the methods that are being claimed, Galileo, Roma, Bradley, Fitzo, they had to tell people that science didn't care about their common sense. It's the only way to get them to believe the BS. Well, there's your new one. And I've thought about this for a little while, at least half an hour tonight, when I saw the mirror light bouncing off of it. And I said to myself, hang on a minute, there's a handsome looking young man in that mirror. And then I realised, between me and the mirror, there was no handsome young man. It was me. And from there, you know the rest. It's a reflection. Light is nothing more than a reflection from the light source to wherever it's going to land. The size and power determines how far the absolute light travels, and the type of surface and the type of light that is leaving. I say leaving, the reflection, the type of light and the surface it hits will determine what kind of brightness and stuff. I do like it. There you go. Photons, you've been kicked to the curb. For good reason. You do not exist. Look. Hi. Hello. This is a reflection. If I turn this on, why do you think photons would be involved? It's just a bounce, isn't it? There's no photons. Like I'm waving, there's no photons here. Bang! Absolute light, ladies and gentlemen. Speed of light is absolute. There is no such thing as a photon, and they had to tell you you had no common sense, or they had to tell you that science didn't care about your common sense. It's the only way they get you to believe the rubbish. Anyway, I like it a lot. All right, laters. Back tomorrow with some more reflections.